Do you see the what's on there? Own a team.
Yep.
There's an own a team link.
Yep. There is. You
I'm
can.
I'm just pointing it out. That's all I'm saying.
I wonder how much you know what I mean. It is to own a team.
Well, we can email and find out.
Let's
I know, right?
find out.
Let's find out. Like, let's all put money together and buy a team.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the Deadhead Chronicles podcast. My name is Ed, also known as the Deadhead. And this week, Eric, Kelly, and we finish our conversations on the various minor leagues all over the United States. Now, here's why we're doing this. The reason why is because, as you already know, 2026, this is contract year between the Major League Baseball and the Players Association. Now, we don't know how that's going to end. Some say that there's going to be some work stoppage. So the reason why I'm doing this is, one, let you know that there is going to be other options for you while they get their crap together, right? And then number two, obviously it's a lot of fun and is also good for you guys to go and support those various teams in your local area besides your major league team. All right, sounds good? Cool. Now make sure you hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, I'll give you the episode. All right, so then we have the Arizona Fall League. So that's another technically affiliated league where, during the season, some of those players, they say, hey, we want you to continue playing. We want you to continue developing. We're going to send you to the Fall League. And that's where they send you for the fall.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's done. You don't have any more teams. Go there. So there's what. And then it's funny because with that league, the it's not like you have every year it's the same set of teams. Every year it flips,
right?
So like you're rooting for one team and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can't, you know what I mean? Now I got to root for this team, the Javelinas, for example, like that. At one point that was a Cleveland affiliate. Now no longer that. Now it's a different team.
Yeah, which I mean it's kind of annoying, but it's understandable because Cleveland might only send 5 players, and
correct.
You need to be able to round out. So
yeah.
I never really thought about that before until I think it was actually on. I think it was with you and Paul talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That why it flips around so much.
Was that same conversation where the lady tried to tell you what a dad hat was, or wasn't?
That was the same exact conversation. Yeah.
We're trying to buy a dad know my name.
Like, lady, I go by dad hat. Like, you really want to have this conversation with me?
That'd be like the equivalent of having somebody try to tell Kelly something about history in baseball or something.
Like, you really want to go down this route.
I've had people try that, and I'm not a confrontational person, so I'm like, you know what? I'll let you think what you're thinking, but or being at a game and someone behind us talking, and I'm like telling Christina, I'm like, that's wrong, but I don't want to be the jerk and butt into someone.
I could see you one day and just be like, you know what? Actually, let's pull up a PowerPoint. Here's the real thing. Okay.
It's funny. So Christina actually coined the name Minor League Nerd.
Really?
It was actually at a Dogs game. It was a Dogs exhibition game, and so at the exhibition game, they always play an exhibition game before the season starts, and it's sit wherever you want. It's an open house, so it's for like season ticket holders. I don't think they open it to the general public, and so there's people who actually now are like 2 rows behind us as ticket holders, but it was the first year, so it was 2021, and they were playing the Kane County Cougars. And they were talking about the Cougars, like, well, I thought they were, with the Cubs, and talking back and forth and like trying to figure out why the Cougars now playing the Dogs. So I chimed in and I explained why. And the woman's like, oh, and then Christina just off the top of her head says, oh, well, he's a minor league nerd. He knows all about the minor leagues. And so that was in like May 2021. And I'm like, that's minor league nerd. I should do something with that. And then it's
like, I'm going to put that in the back of my head, because I'm going to use this later.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half later. It's like, oh, hey, I think I know what I'm going to do with it.
That's actually not bad at all. That's pretty good. I remember having that conversation. And listen, I love the Arizona Fall League. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I think it's a great league. I just think I wish they would do such a better job of promoting that league.
Yeah.
They don't at all. And I get it. But like, at least show the games a little bit more and promote, give me some merchandise that you can only really buy some of that merchandise there, and it's not that much, and it's literally like it's a pop-up shop.
Yeah, that's what surprised me when you and Paul were there, that like the shop itself wasn't even open.
Yeah, oh no,
In the
no.
ballpark. You'd think that would be open and people can buy other merch.
Yep, nope.
For
Nope.
even the major league merch, but yeah, just
That's
having
what
a
I'm
little
saying.
pop-up tent is
Yeah,
kind of
so like
ridiculous.
you have there, like we were there for it was where the Cubs play, right? There was the Arizona Fall League for spring training with the Cubs play there, right? And I'm like, me as someone who like I'm always like, it's a curse, right? At this point, like I'm always thinking about ways of like marketing and merchandising, like the baseball team and things like that. And right there, I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is a lost opportunity where you could be selling a lot of Cubs merchandise, Major League merchandise, right there.
Yeah,
open the store.
2015, we went to spring training in Arizona for 2 games. We went to Camelback Ranch, and I bought my Dodgers cap at Camelback Ranch.
Yeah,
because the Sox and Dodgers were playing. I'm like, oh, I'll get a Dodgers cap. So
it's done, and now you add it to the collection. But we didn't have any opportunity to do that at all. Like I was kind of disappointed. I was kind of sad about that, to be honest.
Yeah, it was with all the marketing and everything, MLB merchandising, everything. It's just kind of surprising that they haven't stepped up with the fall league, because there's just so many people who have no idea it even exists.
Correct. And you were going to say something, Eric?
No, yeah, I mean, I agree. I haven't been out there before, but I enjoyed, because what was it? Not this season, but last year, I think a lot of our friends went out there, so it's kind of fun to watch everything. And you were gracious, I think, to grab a hat from the Scottsdale Scorpions from me. But yeah, it would be something I think would be fun to get out to. But yeah, they just don't really do a whole lot of promoting on it now. Like obviously, as a season ticket holder for the Wind Surge, they've had the last couple years some of the guys that played for Wichita go out there, so the Wind Surge will usually do a little bit here and there where they'll talk about how they're doing in the fall, but otherwise you don't really hear a ton about it. They have like a Twitter page you can follow or whatever, but for the most part, yeah, you don't really hear a whole lot about it.
Yep, you don't, which is kind of sad, right? Like, I mean, I do follow them on social media and things like that, but it's not as active, as other leagues are, right? So, again, if minor league baseball, if you're listening, give Curb Media a call. We'll help you out.
We'll fix it for you.
We will definitely fix it. So, all right. So that now we covered affiliated baseball, right? So that's it. That's all. That's it. No more, right? Because there was some teams that were actually, it was a whole league that was completely told that they're no longer going to be part of affiliated baseball, right?
Yep. The New York Penn League.
Yep. the Appy League as well.
Yeah. But at least the Appy League is still around. The New York Penn League doesn't even exist.
Completely disappear, right? The Appy League is still around. And actually, I think the Appy League is doing a lot better now than if they were still affiliated.
Yeah.
The Appy League, they get to control who their players are. They get to control a lot of their own, like, their marketing and things like that. If you are part of an affiliated baseball, you have no control whatsoever of your coaching staff, of your players at all. That's it. That's Major League Baseball. They take care of that. Each of the Major League teams. When we get to now the collegiate wood bat teams and things like that, that's when it's like, hey, it's all free for all for you guys.
Yeah. The only problem with that is there is some instability with, with it, especially the Appy League. I mean, we already lost Princeton.
Yep.
And then
the Whistle Pigs, right?
Yeah, the Whistle Pigs gone. And now the Tri-State Coal Cats have gone. But I didn't know that. So I saw that like they were gone, but I wasn't until last week I found out the reason why. And it was because they played, I think it was played at Marshall. And like Marshall won't let them play there anymore. And article I read said apparently Marshall's going to bring in a team from another league.
Which interesting.
I'm wondering, is this going to be a Blue Ridge League team? Because they're adding more and more teams.
Blue Ridge League is they're up to, from what I understand, is 8 teams altogether they're going to be at.
Yeah, they haven't announced all 8 yet, though.
Correct.
There was actually one. It was breaking news on a recent episode of Ballpark Hunter, Mark Viquez's podcast, with the Joanna Hornets.
Yep.
And then
we talked about that.
Then we just had the Davy Crockett's pop up as well.
Correct.
But
so
then,
that's 7. They haven't announced the 8th team, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because when they first announced it, I'm like, oh, it's only going to be 5 teams. That's weird.
Yeah, right.
It's not going to work. I had no idea that they were planning on bringing up more, which
Correct.
I mean is great. The more, the merrier.
The more, you know what? Actually, I find it that a lot of collegiate woodbat teams are becoming a lot more profitable.
Yeah.
Than, if you were to have like a professional league. Just saying, because you get to see a lot more collegiate woodbat now.
Yeah. I just wish the seasons were longer. I know why they're not. I just wish they were. It's like the Clinton Lumber Kings. We used to go like 2-3 times a year to see, and now because we had like 5 months to see them, and now we've got 2.
Yeah,
and it's really hard to get out there
if you're already planning to go somewhere else for your trips for the summer.
Yeah, since they switched, we've only seen them once. Whereas, like I said, we used to see them at least 1 to 3 times a year. But it's like I said, I get it. I understand why it's only a 2-month season. It can't be any more than that.
Correct. Right. You got those. They got to go back to school, and also, which is interesting, for a lot of people that don't know, when it comes to collegiate woodbat, a lot of these players, they come with a pitch count. Mm-hmm. They come with a certain number of at bats, some games that can only play, and so there's a lot of like, we'll let you, have our player, but once they hit that number of innings pitched,
that's it.
They're done.
Yeah.
They're going back home.
And I know there's a lot of college coaches who are getting to the point where they don't even want to send their players any longer, which I think it has been talked about on some of your guests, Eric.
Yeah,
teams running into that problem where they used to get all these players from a team, and now it's like the coach doesn't want to send.
Yeah, it's not quite obviously like the affiliated because it's so much shorter of a season, but they have some guys that start with the team to start the year, and then the summer, and then they have to pick up some new guys, and so it's kind of you're filling in pieces and everything. So it's kind of difficult for them as well.
Yeah, I remember hearing one interview recently where actually I think it was on Terry McCutcheon's, where team talked about they went through something like 50 to 75 players in one season in 2 months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
So and I get it. Listen, and this is the problem why and that we've all had this discussion, right? We don't want to get too excited about some new leagues popping up because chances are, and evidence shows that more than likely they're not going to last more than a couple of years.
But it's much better than having I'm not a fan of independent collegiate leagues. I'm sorry, independent collegiate teams.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I got you. Disco turkeys are great and wonderful, but it's like getting a league, and they formed their own.
Yep, they did.
So that's great, and it's like I know I can speak for an example here in Chicago. So we've got the it used to be the Midwest Collegiate League and is now the Northern League, and so it's can be difficult. I don't like to speak ill of teams and leagues, but it's basically this past year was 4 teams, 3 of which are owned by one guy. But there was a team, which I remember a few years ago, everyone was excited about in our minor league community, the Lake County Corn Dogs.
I remember the Lake County Corn Dogs.
I've got a cap right over here somewhere. But the Corn Dogs. So they were members of what's now the Northern League. I think they played 2 seasons in there, and they were it was them and the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. That's the guy who owns the league. That's his main team. Then he has the other teams, and they were battling. But I don't know the full story behind, but the Corn Dogs decided to go independent because they had different ideas than what the Northern League had. And so they played as an independent, and hearing an interview with the guy who owns the team, their fans didn't at first oh, we don't care. They say, oh, we don't care where we play. We just want to see baseball. But when you're not playing for something, 2-3 years in a row, there's no championship. So the fans get bored. So they've actually went and formed a collegiate, another very small collegiate summer league that's basically Northwest Indiana and some of the southwest suburbs southwest suburbs and south suburbs of Chicago.
Interesting.
So it's like, it's like being it's great. You can put together your own schedule and that, but you got to give your fans something to cheer for, something to be excited about.
Yeah. I find it interesting, and we've talked about this a lot, Eric, on our show, is that North Dakota, South Dakota, Colorado, Wyoming, that territory over there, it's like the black hole. Like once you announce the team, it's like it's gone within that's so sad, man.
Yeah, the Northwoods League has kind of moved into there and has some stability.
Yep.
With the Bismarck Larks being an expansion team, then they brought in the Big Stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many. It's like and what was the one? The Expedition League.
Oh,
gonna be all great. It's gonna be wonderful. And then like the guy who started the league, like his son screwed the whole thing up.
Oh yeah, it was bad. And like there was articles out there like his son just is like,
Yeah, and like just basically destroying a whole league. And then they go and form the Independence League, and like that's fallen apart too.
Yep, there was. I remember the Casper, the horse heads.
Yeah,
was one of them. It was just like, and it saddens me to see some of these teams go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eric. I know you were going to say something.
No, yeah, I was going to say, just like you're saying, that there's hardly anything basically west of me, like immediate west. Obviously we get further out. You got California and northern, you have some, but yeah, right. Colorado is losing basically everybody. They've lost the Rocky Mountain Vibes, for instance, and
the Fox.
Yeah, and so it's just like all these teams, and out just kind of west of right where I'm at, there's like hardly anything, unfortunately.
It's sad. That's the one thing. It's like, because the East Coast is full of teams, the West Coast is full of teams. You got the South, right, the Midwest, and then like this whole section in between, in the middle, there's nothing.
Yeah, and then we've got the Pioneer League, which is like kind of shifting its focus now to go more west.
Correct.
With like saying Colorado losing 3 independent teams.
Jesus.
It's just terrible.
And that is where I say, okay, 6-game series, I can understand that because you're an independent league and they need to like save money. That I get.
Right. Yeah.
I'm good there. Affiliated, I'm still not. You lost me there. So right. I get that part. Okay, so we got a couple of leagues out. Let's you know what, Eric, you're right. Like, why don't we talk about the West? Because you got you have up on the Washington area, the Oregon area. You got that whole section of the West Coast. There's a couple of leagues up there, including in Canada as well. Mm-hmm. Correct?
Yeah.
What do you guys got there? Talk to me.
So at Canada, there's the it's the Western Canadian Baseball League, which I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know too much about, but I know they stretch basically from, I believe it's Manitoba all the way out to. I think they go into BC. I know they go into Alberta, but they're pretty. I mean, they're not in one of my spreadsheets, but they're I think they're like 12 to 14 teams.
Mm-hmm.
They're a pretty good number.
All right, so the Western Canadian Baseball League, that's an interesting name. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so when it comes to those, the teams are the Brooks Bombers, Energy City Cactus Rats. Well, that's an interesting name. I like it. Fort McMurray Giants, Lethbridge Bulls, Medicine Hat Mavericks, Moose Jaw Miller Express. I am going to butcher this one, so I apologize for those fans of this one. Okotoks Dogs, the Regina Red Sox, the Swift Current 57s. I like that name.
Mm-hmm.
Saskatoon Berries. I know about that one. The Sylvan Lake Gulls. I know about them. They built a brand new ballpark. The Gulls. It's a brand new. It's gorgeous. And the Weyburn Beavers. Those are the teams in the Western Canadian Baseball League. What's up, everybody? Thank you for taking the time to listen, to watch this podcast. It is greatly appreciated. I am sorry that I'm interrupting the middle of your podcast, but it is for a very good reason. And the reason for that is because I wanted to let you know about a couple of shows that we have going on with the Data Chronicles. Every Tuesday and Thursdays from 8 p.m., actually, 8 p.m. until actually, whenever we're done, it is the DHC Sports Show. We talked about all things sports on there, okay? So from baseball, basketball, we do some football, all of that, right? Join Eric Prophet, join Virgil Brooks, Patrick Larson, and Donnie Weiss, of course, myself, right? Every Tuesday and Thursday, we talk about that. All right. Number two, it is a newer show that we have going on. It's called Break Even Sports. And that's where we talk about the things that are not in the popular world, right? For FCS football, right? And NCAA football, the lower divisions, FCS, Division 2 and 3. We talk about some soccer. That's right. We do talk about soccer. And then we also talk about Formula One. I love Formula One and Indy Race. So there you go. We get that. And then a brand new show that I wanted to tell you. It is regarding Monday mornings. And this is a very specific, very niche show. Okay. It is, it's called Breakfast Takes, in which myself and Donnie Weiss, we talk about all the sports going on in North and South Carolina and the Carolina. So it's called Breakfast Takes. Okay. So just wanted to let you know that there's these 3 shows. They're all live. You can also catch it on my YouTube channel, as well as Instagram and wherever you get your podcasts. So thank you for listening. And now back to the episode. It's not bad.
Yeah, no, they've been around for things close to 20 years. I mean, some of the teams I know have been around longer.
Correct.
But I think they're like close to like 20 years, if not just over.
So there's a couple of leagues here that are affiliated but independent, which I don't know about this one. They got this one under partner leagues. The MLB Draft League.
Yeah.
That's all Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's they've even changed that from what it was at the beginning, because it was a collegiate summer league, and then now like the second half is you can be a professional or a guy
you can get paid to play.
Yeah. Which, I mean, talk about, having the entire dynamic of your team change from one half to another. That right there.
So they currently have 6 teams in that league.
Yep.
You have the American Association. They have 12 teams in that one.
Yep.
Then you move to the Atlantic League. That one has 10 teams. The Frontier League has 18 teams.
Mm-hmm.
The Pioneer Baseball League, that has 12, correct?
Yes. Yeah, and one of them we still don't know where they're going. Grand Junction is still a big question mark.
It's like, well, we'll see. Well, we're going to put you as a maybe. Canadian Baseball League.
Yeah, the formerly the tri-county or the inter-county league.
The inter-county. So now it's just the Canadian Baseball League.
Yeah.
This one I don't know too much about. They started back in 2016. So I do apologize for the people that are part of this one. The Empire Professional Baseball League.
I don't know if they're actually still around.
I wouldn't think so, because it's like I've never heard of them.
Yeah, they were like very fluid, fluctuating. Like, I mean, they were like teams up in like small
way towns. The hell up there in New York,
small town New York, and then a team down in Puerto Rico.
I remember that.
Yeah, they had a team down in Puerto Rico. Everyone else was up in the Adirondack Mountains, and I think there was a team in Vermont. And then I don't know if the Puerto Rican team actually played in Puerto Rico or if they played somewhere
up there.
Yeah, that was actually the road team that was in the Frontier League for 2 years, the Empire Grays.
I remember the Empire.
That's who supplied the players.
Interesting.
Which way that how good the Empire Grays were, that can tell you a lot about the Empire League.
It looks like they've actually played some games. So you got the Border Hounds, the Bullies, the River Pigs, the T-Birds, and the Surge. Those are there's 5 teams. And the team to win the last one was the Border Hounds. It's funny you say that. Look, prior to the league's second season, the Watertown Bucks lost the lease to the stadium and were replaced by the Plattsburgh Redbirds. The New Hampshire Wild ceased operations and were replaced by a team from Puerto Rico. However, since the stadium deal in Puerto Rico had not yet been finalized, the team played the 2017 season as a travel team. So,
which is always a good sign.
Always a great sign when you're dedicated as the travel team.
Yeah.
So, you got the Pecos League. That one is still around.
Yeah, and that's a weird one because I don't know if you guys saw it. There was on Fox Sports back in probably 2016, 2017. They actually followed a team for a season.
Mm-hmm.
They followed the Trinidad Triggers, and it was great. It was like we watched it every week, and like, oh, I hope it comes back. It didn't. I'm assuming the players probably still refer to it, but back then they referred to it as the shit league.
I'm not surprised
because it was like guys they got paid nothing, but they got to play baseball. But that's another one where it's like every year it's constantly changing the teams that are in it.
Yeah, because you have like the Austin Weirdos who left, but I think they may be coming back. Then you have the Garden City Wind. Well, Garden City, Kansas is 3.5 hours west of me here in Wichita. Austin's super far south Texas. Yeah. Then you have like Roswell, New Mexico, and it's some of them are close, but there's just a lot of that.
And then they've got like the whole division that's basically out in California.
6 teams in California.
Yeah, in like Northern California, Northern and Central California.
Yeah, so you got Martinez, Dublin, Monterey, Bakersfield, Vallejo, San Rafael. Like it's all the way up there.
Yeah.
Is that the train robbers?
Yeah. Yeah, there's the Bakersfield train robbers who started in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Not Las Vegas.
Nevada. No, not that one. The other one.
Colorado still has a team, guys. It's Trinidad.
Yeah.
So
southern,
there's that.
Very southern. There's a very slim possibility we might be going to Trinidad on our road trip in April.
Dude, it is like on the border of Colorado and New Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, it is right there.
Yep.
My son played for his summer ball team. They played fall ball this fall, September and October, and we went out to Garden City, and they didn't end up playing there, but we went over because they played their games at the Garden City Community College, but I went over to the Garden City Winds little ballpark, and it's kind of just an old rundown ballpark, but they have a nice turf field and little scoreboard out there, but the stadium itself's not that great, but I did get to see the Garden City Winds ballpark while I was out there back in the fall.
Yeah, I'll say this, Kelly, you're right. This is literally the shit league. This website sucks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
I've tried to get some people on the podcast, and I'm like, I can't find anything on here. I got a hold of the commissioner one time, and he responded, and then I said something else, and just never heard back.
I've been interested because they've got some really awesome caps. But I have been afraid to order from them because I'm afraid they might take my money and I will never get the cap.
Go Spartan Burgers on.
Yeah. Well, and then you've got Spartan Burgers. I had a team that was in the Independence League. I don't remember where Ojai Zap. They're now Pierre. The Pierre Trappers. The same thing happened to me. I ordered a cap. They took my money. I never got the cap. I sent them emails. I called. I sent them messages on Twitter. Nothing.
Jeez. See, again, this is the problem. We're like, as fans, we want to support these leagues. We want to support these teams by, at the very least, buying a hat or buying some merchandise, and then you never get to see them or hear from them again.
Right. It's like we talked about it before. Talking about the size of cap collections and how many caps we have. Before COVID, I never bought caps online.
Always went when you went, you bought them. Yeah,
I would buy them, and then it got to the point where it's like, we weren't doing anything. It's like we've got a lot of disposable extra income. It's like I want to help. It's like, well, shit, minor league teams, they need help. So that's when I started buying.
That's how I started in doing COVID. I was like, I'm going to help my way.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a hat from them or whatever.
That was, and like Christina was all on board with that too, because it's like, we love traveling and we want these teams to survive.
Yeah, because you want to be there.
Yep.
Okay, so there is this one league here, the United Shore Professional Baseball League.
Yep.
You know about this one, Kelly, because this is
I've been there.
Yeah, you've been there.
Yeah.
They got some cool names. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's some teams there. They got some cool names there. It's funny, the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers, Eastside Diamond Hoppers, the Utica Unicorns, the West Side Woolly Mammoths.
Yeah,
those are the 4 teams. They played. I think, don't they play in one stadium?
Yeah, they play in Utica, Michigan, which is outside of Detroit, and they play all play in one stadium. And usually, what they'll do is lots of times you'll get a double header for teams, so the teams will play each other twice in one game. So when we went, we got to see all 4 teams. We only went there for 2 days, but we saw all 4 teams because of a double header.
Interesting.
There's been talk in the past that they were going to like try and like add more teams. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Like do another stadium and have like another teams in there, but it's never
been.
Yeah, but do yourself a favor. At some point, look up. They have victory songs that they play after. Look those up. They are unfreaking believable, especially the Beavers one. Just the song. It is. I'll just warn you though, it is catchy. It will get in your head and it'll just pop up every once in a while. Christina every once in a while will start singing the song.
They got new arrowheads.
Yeah, that must be new because we went in 2022.
They're expensive, bro.
I've got the stretch fits.
They're $50.
Wow, yikes!
They're nice, but they're $50.
They probably still do. At least when I went, they had home and away caps, and then they also had an alternate cap. So because I've got 2 caps from each team, which I can see them right here.
Yeah. They look cool though. I like the Beavers one. The Unicorns is awesome. I like them all. The Diamond Hoppers, that's a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
And the Woolly Mammoths, they got an all black one where it's just the
New
skull. Yeah, that's a new one. It's the skull.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. I've got the one that I have is white, and it's with a blue brim, so I never wear that one because you can't get that one. It's dirty at all.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
that's why I don't buy white hats. So definitely take a look at Eric. You should probably try to get some of these guys on the podcast.
Yeah, I should. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, it's definitely. If you ever get a chance, I definitely recommend going. We had a great time there.
Looks like a nice little ballpark too.
Yeah, it is. It's if you go, make sure you get there early because the first day we got there early. The second day we were a little bit late, and it's a lot of traffic to get in. I mean, they draw well. They fill that stadium up. Like not a complete sellout, but they bring in pretty good sized crowds.
I like it. All right. So now let's talk about there's a couple of leagues that we haven't talked about, which is the Appalachian League. That one, that whole league was affiliated. And then with Major League Baseball taking over, they were all said, hey, you guys are now collegiate woodpat teams.
Yeah. Yep. And we didn't know that was going to be the case when it first was announced because I was afraid that that whole league was going to go away. And at that point, like we were saying, I didn't buy caps. I only bought the caps when I saw them. And I'm like, oh, I want to get all the caps. And I was lucky enough to get all the caps.
Nice.
It was a little difficult getting the Princeton Rays because they didn't answer calls, emails, nothing. Fortunately for me and a couple other people, the GM from the Bluefield Blue Jays drove over there.
Really?
And he drove over there, bought caps for 3 of us.
Wow.
And shipped them to us. We paid him back for shipping and everything. But that's how I got the Princeton Rays cap because they didn't have an online store. Because even Bluefield, I was able to. They used to Bluefield, and when I talked to the guy, it's like, oh, it wasn't worth it for us to have because we didn't sell enough merch. It's like I don't think that's the case anymore.
Right. Well, here's the thing. This is interesting about the Appalachian League. It has lost some teams.
Mm-hmm.
The State Liners are no longer part of the league as well. The Whistle Pigs are no longer. So you still got the River Riders. The
the state liners are, from what I've heard, are apparently just on hiatus because they've got
When you say hiatus, I don't believe that.
They've got a stadium issue.
I get that, but you know how this goes because they moved to the Tennessee side. Yeah. I remember this whole situation with them. They were on the one side, and then they moved to the Tennessee side, and they was like, "Yeah, we're still the state liners. Nothing has changed.
Yeah,
everything is just that we're in Tennessee now." And then they disappeared.
Yeah, and now they're trying. I think was it North Carolina or no, Virginia is trying to get them back.
Yep. You still got the Otterbots, you still got the Sock Puppets, the Doughboys, the Flyboys, the Ridge Runners, and the River Riders. Those are the only teams in the Appy League. It is still a very successful team. And it's very popular. Obviously, I have one in my backyard, the Sock Puppets. They draw well all the time. There's one that I haven't mentioned. Obviously, you have the Cape Cod League, and Eric, you're going to be going there this summer, I believe, correct? You're going to be going with your brother?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going up to. The thing I realized, and we had an issue with this, obviously, with the Curb Rim meetup, is that we're going to go to the Boston area, and that's during the World Cup. So I was trying to split up. So I originally got a hotel pretty early, and I got it at a decent price. But then my brother's like, "Yeah, we need to split up where we're going." And when I looked recently, the hotels were like $400 or $500, like literally anywhere we went. So we may just have to have a centralized hotel
and then
where we're at and just go a couple hours, go to a game and come back. And it'd be better if normally we try to be in the area. So we're only 15, 20 minutes away, but we just may have to make it work. But yeah, we're going to try to get up to the Cape Cod League. Now, I don't know before, since I've never been there. What I think I heard is that it's doesn't cost to get in.
Yeah. From everything I know, it's free to get in.
And some of them play in a city park. So, when it comes to the Cape Cod League, they bring their own, you bring your own lawn chairs, and then that's how you hang out.
Yeah, we plan on going to see like the Chatham Anglers, the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox, the Orleans Firebirds, and get to see some of those stadiums. So yeah, looking forward to get over there. Obviously, it's one of the most, the big premier league, obviously, with a lot of big name college players usually go there right before they get drafted and everything. But outside of that, yeah, like you said, the stadiums and everything aren't that big, but that's, one of the big leagues that everybody, if you're a big time prospect, tries to go play in.
That one, and then obviously one of our favorite ones on the DHC Sports Show, the Northwoods League.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that one is gaining in popularity and growing.
Yeah, it's the largest. I mean, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year.
Now, Kelly, you have more experience, obviously, kind of being a little more closer up in that area. But I did get to go to a game and met Kelly when we were this summer. We went to Kenosha, saw Kingfish, and that place was not quite sold out. It's pretty close to being sold out, and just a great atmosphere, a lot of fun, really fun ballpark. They had ice cream helmets. They had branded beer with the team's logo on it and everything, and had some really good food and ice cream. So yeah, I've only been to one so far, but I had really good experience when I went to the Northwoods League game this summer.
The nice thing about the Northwoods League is a good number of the stadiums are former minor league ballparks. Back when MLB raised the standards for minor leagues back in the early 90s, there were so many teams that their stadiums didn't fit. So the Midwest League, you had a whole bunch of teams like in like a 2, 3, 4 year period, just moving around. Some teams going somewhere for a year, waiting for their new ballpark to be built and going there. And so when the Northwoods League was formed in 1994, they had all these ballparks that, just needed a little bit of work and just put them in there. So it's like you're playing in real, as we look at real stadiums, like, Kenosha, that was the Kenosha Twins played there for such a long time. And that's an old ballpark that goes back to, I think, the 30s.
What awesome.
Up in, who is it? What team is it? The Eau Claire Express. Back in the 50s, that's where Henry Aaron played there. His first affiliated experience of affiliated baseball was playing in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
That's cool.
And walking around the concourse, they have pictures of who played there. Bob Uecker played there when he was in the Braves farm system.
R.I.P. Bob, yeah. That's cool.
But yeah, we actually were doing we did a small, it's only, I think it's like 4 tickets package with the Kingfish this year. It's like, I would love to go more, but it's like they're hour and 10 minutes away, which isn't bad getting there, but it's more on weekends, and weekends are usually full with other things. So
doing other things, yeah.
And
going during the week on an hour and 10-minute drive, that's pushing it.
I have done that. I've actually gone up there for games before, and it's kind of rough to get, especially if a game goes to extra innings, and then you're not getting home until like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then you got to work
the next day. That's when working from home sometimes helps.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm able to work from home 3 days a week, so
there you go.
But I still have to get up.
Yeah, it's true story. Gotta get ready for work.
Yeah.
Is there any leagues that that we need to mention when it comes to ones that we haven't talked about already?
There's the West Coast League, the Collegiate League, which most known for the Portland Pickles are probably the most well-known team, but that's a pretty big league. I mean, that's they got 17 teams.
Yeah, that's a really big one. I saw the Pickles when we were up there in the area a couple of years ago. My brother and I went, and same thing for them. It's just in a glorified city park, but they got a full house whenever any of their games.
A lot of teams.
So the stadium itself wasn't that great, but the atmosphere, I think, is what made it pretty good.
What makes it?
Yeah.
I mean, you got some serious names in this stuff right here. I mean, the Nanaimo Night Owls, you got the Berries, you got the Falcons, the Bellingham Bells, the Bend Elks, Corvallis Knights. I mean, you got some serious names here.
Yeah, when we were in Alberta recently, we're actually stopped outside Remax Field, which is where the Edmonton Riverhawks play, which is an old AAA stadium. So we're driving through, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, wait, there's the ballpark. So we pulled over and like driving, you got to see the seating bowl, which was pretty awesome. But we just, we couldn't go inside, but we got to walk around.
You're right. There's some serious teams there.
Yeah.
A couple other leagues that are, I think, kind of maybe up and coming, or at least big on size. The Prospect League, they're up to 20 teams now. And then you got like the NECBL, New England Collegiate Baseball League. So, correct. I mean, there's a ton out there, but those are a couple of the kind of bigger ones besides like the Cape and the Northwoods League.
Yeah, there's the Futures, Futures Collegiate Baseball League, which took in a few former affiliated teams that were in the New York Penn League.
Yep. You also have another team here, another league here in North Carolina. Eric, the name. The name is escaping me. It's not the Blue Ridge League.
Old North States League.
The Old North State League. That's what it is. Thank you. God Almighty, I couldn't listen to. But that one is also. They've gone through a full rebrand of that whole league. As a matter of fact, it's totally different now.
Yeah, that's one I don't know too much about because they don't. I mean, they're not. They don't seem to have too much information out there. I mean, like as far as I know, they don't have a Wikipedia page, so it's like it's one easy way to just keep up with who's still in.
True story.
Because as we know, with like saying with the Pecos League, is sometimes the websites aren't the best, and they're not always up to date.
Nope.
Dub C Fish Sticks saying their home schedules are coming out in October, and here we are, still not out.
Still December, the end of December.
That was another one that I got to get up to when we were up in that area. I saw the Fish Sticks and the Pickles on that trip, so got to see a couple of those teams, and that was also another kind of just city owned kind of smaller ballpark, but they had a sellout there, so it was pretty fun out. So I think a lot of them, maybe if they don't have the best stadiums, they try to do what they can with the atmospheres overall.
And we in 2022 we walked around that park. It seemed pretty nice. I mean,
that one is a lot better than I think even the Pickles, because the Pickles just kind of in the middle of a bunch of trees and everything. But that specific one for the Dub C Fish Sticks, actually that whole little kind of city park is actually a really nice area.
And they actually have covered grandstand, which is definitely important.
Yep.
I got to hand it to the Or North State League, guys. There's a lot of names on this one. One that you will definitely recognize for sure. The Danville Dairy Daddies
Yeah,
are part
as you
of
can
that
see
league.
right there. Yep.
Right here.
Right there. There's a hat right there. So there's that. You got, obviously there's some teams that are super close to me. The Raleigh Red Oaks, Wake Forest Fungo. I mean, these are some cool names. Some of them have gone through definitely some rebrands, right? Lake Norman, that's down by the Charlotte area.
Didn't
Okay.
didn't Burlington have a
They no longer have that team.
Okay. I was wondering what happened to them.
Yeah, the Sock Pups. They, from what I'm told, they just wanted to concentrate on the sock puppets.
Yeah.
They got the sock puppets to have it, but like they have it for other things, not really for the actual team like they did with the Dairy Daddies. The Dairy Daddies actually became a lot more popular. Obviously because of
I wonder why.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm very interested in how the one that is very controversial in this Old North State League is one that's called Fish Sticks, the Cape Fear Fish Sticks. I am going to be keeping an eye out on this one just because it's very interesting, and obviously we are friend of the show, friend of the podcast for the Dub City, the Dub C Fish Stick. So we'll see how this goes.
So I assume you're on the Old North State's
I am.
website. Do you see the what's on there? Own a team.
Yep.
There's an own a team link.
Yep. There is. You
can. I'm just pointing it out. That's all I'm saying.
I wonder how much it is to own a team.
Well, we can email and find out.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Like let's all put money together and buy a team.
Well, found out to get the corporate naming rights for the ballpark in Joanna, South Carolina is $250,000. Which, a lot of money. It's like, I wish I had that hanging around. And
hold on a second.
Considering what others are going for, that's actually a pretty good deal.
See, I don't know if I want to put out the money for putting a name out there. I would more likely want to put my money to own the team.
Yeah. If I have $250,000, I think I'd rather go to owning the team as well.
Exactly, owning the team. So it's interesting. We're gonna keep an eye out. I'm sure, and Eric, I'm sure you reached out to this league.
Yeah, we've had them on at least one before. So yeah, for sure.
I'm very interested. We should talk to our good friends over with the sock puppets and Otterbots. Talk about the Dairy Daddies and making that move to the Old North State League. It should be interesting. But I am going to keep an eye on the Raleigh Oaks because they're very close, and they're super close to me.
There's a team, the Sanford Spinners, it's a pretty cool logo. It's a spider with baseball in the middle. Sanford Spinners is actually an old minor league, actually like professional minor league team name. So it's nice to see that resurrected.
Outer Banks Swinging Mullets.
And that logo, that fish with a mullet.
It's
a mullet fish with a mullet.
It was funny because right now they still are on the website. If you click on the website, it says Outer Banks Flying Dutchman. So there's that.
Yeah. Ed, you're speaking of team being super close to you. One league that's pretty big that we haven't really said anything about is the CPL, Coastal Plain League.
The Coastal Plains League. That's correct.
Holly Springs Salamanders right there, basically right next door to you, and
they're down the road from me, literally 10 minutes away,
amongst others. So yeah, when you said, oh yeah, what'd you say, the Raleigh Oaks was like right there by you? I'm like, wait a minute, CPL,
the Coastal Plain League, which by the way, at one point used to have a very famous team. But you know how this goes in history, went.
They decided to focus on something else.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go with that. And so there's that. I will say just that. Okay, Eric. So this is pretty much to say, guys, there is opportunity to watch baseball, to go out and support baseball. buy their merchandise. That's the best way to really support these very independent leagues, these collegiate woodbat teams, professional teams, is by buying their merchandise, getting out there and go watching those games, including affiliated. Let's be honest, because if you don't buy the merchandise, if you don't support the team, Major League Baseball has no issues whatsoever to say, hey, this is not working out. Modesto nuts. See you later.
Yep.
Which it happened.
Yeah.
And
threaten other teams. If you don't do this, we're gonna replace you.
Which they have.
Yep.
So it's very interesting to see what happens, coming up with the new CBA for Major League Baseball, how that's going to work out. So I'm very, very intrigued to what the future holds for affiliated baseball.
Yeah. It's got me a little nervous because we also got the development deals expiring in 2029. And I'm sure you've already talked about it, and I know other people are afraid of them lopping off a whole nother level.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They've done it with the draft, right? Remember when the draft used to be, a whole lot longer than it, and now it's only, a handful of
So 20 rounds now.
I think was it less than that?
Yeah,
maybe 20. It may be 20. I don't know. It's just, but it used to be a whole lot more. Everybody was like, 64 round. I'm like, holy Jesus.
Yeah.
Granted, there's less teams now, right? So you no longer need those 64 plus rounds to pick players.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Any final thoughts on what you're looking for as far as 2026, as far as new teams, new leagues that you're looking to visit? Eric, I know you're planning. Kelly, you're planning on doing your visits this year. Any final thoughts?
Well, for a new team, I'm really hoping. I'm trying to work it out to get to see the Richmond Flying Mummies.
That'd be good.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean that's probably it's about a 4-hour drive from us. Really hoping to get there. I mean we're got the dogs again. Got a small package for the Kenosha Kingfish. So definitely doing a lot of local, but yeah, we've got our big road trip. There's the Curved Rim meetup. We actually last night, I think so next year it's going to be 20 years that Christine and I are together. We were looking to do a much bigger trip, and then we looked at flights, and where we wanted to go, they're really expensive. So instead, it looks like for our 20th anniversary, we're going to be going to Denver to see the Rockies for 2 games in a weekend.
Nice. You should do. Well, you know what? Why don't you do this? Rent a RV and just travel across the country, and then
believe me, if I could afford to do that, I would totally do that.
I know, right?
I need a place to keep all my hats. So
true story. So there you go. Any final thoughts for you, Eric?
Yeah, so obviously looking forward to seeing the Cape Cod League next year, just kind of see what that's all about and kind of go up. Some of the stadiums that we're going to go to, I've been to already, but my brother wasn't on that trip. So see a couple of those new ones and some others that I've seen before in the area. But then I'm actually going to probably do maybe a little bit less traveling in terms of going to see, I do random long weekends, but I didn't get to see my son play in his summer travel ball team much this year since I was traveling myself. So his schedule should be out soon, maybe even before this episode drops. And depending on where they're going to play, it's talks that maybe they're going to play in Nashville. So go out there and see if hopefully that corresponds with the Sounds game. I've seen the Sounds before, but check out another game, or think they may be going down to Texas, or who knows where all they're playing. So just going to wait to see when his schedule comes out, and then maybe add on some summer collegiate or affiliated or whoever, kind of where he's playing. So just kind of waiting to see when that comes out. It's going to be my big thing this coming summer.
I like it. As far as me, there's a couple of things. Obviously, we have a couple of leagues here, but the Kerber Media Meetup up in the Pacific Northwest. We did talk about on the DSC Sports Show about the 24 hours, the NBC.
Yeah, you guys, if you haven't done that before, you guys got to make it to Wichita. So It's not set in stone quite yet. They're still probably ironing out dates, but more than likely it's looking to be July 25th and 26th. It's 17 games. Nope, 11 games in 33 hours. Used to be 17 games in 56 hours, but they have a few less teams now. Talked to the tournament director for the NBC World Series, and they've talked about possibly expanding the league, the tournament again. Used to be at one point like 48 teams, and now it's down to 16. So hopefully they'll kick it back up and have some more. But yeah, 11 games in 33 straight hours. It's the top summer collegiate teams throughout the country. You got a lot of teams from like the California Collegiate League. You got some from the Kansas Jayhawk Collegiate League, and then some down like Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado. So a lot of fun, big team names that, come around and play in a big tournament, 2-week tournament here in Wichita. And then they do it where they start at noon on a Saturday and run through all the way through to like the 7 p.m. game on that Sunday. And so they got games at 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., midnight. So a lot of fun. So yeah, if you guys get a chance, July 25th and 26th, and I'll confirm that once it's been finalized, but guessing that's when it's going to be.
The Gold Panthers coming back?
I haven't heard yet, hopefully, because I went to most of their games. They played actually twice during, most of the teams only got to play once during the baseball around the clock. Now, obviously, they had other games they played, but they played twice during round the clock, and then they played throughout that week because they were one of the top teams that advanced to the knockout round. And so I saw them play probably 3 or 4 times. So I've not heard yet. I'm hoping that the tournament director will get them to come back. Maybe they've had other Alaska teams before as well. But when we talked to them on the podcast, one of the teams said they changed the league schedule so it finished a little bit sooner. And that's one reason why they hadn't been able to come to Wichita, is because their league was going all the way past when the tournament started. But it's ending, or at least this past year, it ended before the NBC World Series started, so they were able to come. So I'm hopeful that they'll come back, because it was a lot of fun to have them here and support them.
I love that.
The baseball around the clock, to me, it's similar to the Midnight Sun game. Sounds fantastic, but just sounds like a physical nightmare.
Yeah.
Like if you're local, much easier.
Right.
But like if I were to come to it, I'd have to like probably leave on Tuesday just so I can catch up with my sleep on Monday.
Right. And that's exactly what, so we had our friend Terry McCutcheon, him and his wife came up for it this year, and they came on, they came up on that Friday, got here kind of Friday afternoon, and then the Wind Surge were playing. So they saw the Wind Surge game Friday night, and then it started on noon Saturday. Well, then they ended up having to stay on Monday and didn't get back on the road till either late Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, for us, it's pretty easy. For everybody else, you'd have to take a good 4 to 5 days to, kind of make it with the travel schedule, plus trying to catch up on sleep. Because it'd be pretty much near impossible to try to travel back without getting any sleep the next day.
Yeah, and I'd be afraid to fall asleep and wake up after finding out Joe wrote something on my face. So
true. It will happen. It could happen. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. It was awesome. I'll start with you, Eric. Where can people find you again about your podcast really quick?
Yeah, Earn Fun Average. We're Earn Fun Average with average being AVG. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky. And again, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can get your podcasts. Earn Fun Average comes out every Wednesday morning.
Love it. And how about you, Kelly?
So with Minor League Nerd, we've got a YouTube channel where we do our history and the podcast version, which is basically the same thing, just without the pictures. Mm-hmm. And that's podcast version, which is available on all podcast platforms. And then right now, it's my favorite baseball memory, which is filling in while we're on our season hiatus.
Love it. Love to hear that. And as far as the Data Hack Chronicles podcast, it is, this is the first episode of the new year. We are recording before that, but this will be the official episode of 2026. We still have, hold on to this. Okay. So we have 3 shows under the DHC. So we have the Breakfast Takes, which is every Monday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time. That is Carolina specific, North and South Carolina. Then later on that night, we got Break Even Sports, where we talk about the sports that Eric doesn't like. For example, soccer. So that's what we do. We talk about that. And then Tuesday and Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time, is the DHC Sports Show. That's when we talk about the releases of new logos for minor league baseball, Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, all of that fun stuff. So, guys, make sure that you guys hit the subscribe on every single one of these gentlemen. They do some great work when it comes to their podcast. It is, you always learning something new, especially, like with the history with Kelly, and also collegiate woodbed with Eric. So keep an eye out for every single one of these guys, okay? And thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Y ya no hay más que hablar. Lo que fue, fue bonito. Pero lo que duele más es lo que no se ha escrito.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Kelly Robinson, the Minor League Nerd. My YouTube channel explores the history of minor league baseball teams. More than just stats, we delve into team lineage, sharing stories from current franchises to obscure one-year wonders.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean, and I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTomaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey everyone, it's Eric from the great state of Kansas.
This is Johnny from the New Orleans Baby Cakes Memorial Museum.
And we are the Earn Fun Average podcast,
where we talk to a variety of guests about their love of baseball and have fun doing it.
America, lower your standards.
Average is what we do best.
This is Patrick
and Corey
of BaseballMapper.com, and we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball, so get on the site and find a team near you today.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series, and in every episode I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at @PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
Learn more about Curved Brim Media at curvedbrimmedia.com.